Hello and welcome to another visit of POOLZCAST AMA. Today we have Youngsung from MeMusic. Hello, Youngsung.
Hi, great to be connected today. Great to be
Awesome.
connected.
Maybe introduce yourself a bit, about the project and your role in the MeMusic and, for the community.
Sure. I'm Youngsung, CEO of MeMusic. I've been with MeMusic for the past almost 4 years. Personally, I have been in the blockchain space for 5 years. I have been consulting a lot of different projects as an advisor. I have run a development agency before as well. I've had great experience working with a lot of projects around the world. MeMusic, it started off with my co-founders early on back in 2020 when we were seeing a lot of these decentralized streaming projects. I think Audius was one of them. And back then, when we saw these projects, we were thinking, well, okay, there may be a lot of potential copyright issues that are coming from this. What's the best way to actually implement blockchain that can be impactful for the artists without causing issues to everything that they have been fighting against for, which is pirated music. That's how MeMusic was born from an idea back then, and we continued the research and development for several years. And in 2021, 2022, we were fortunate to be incubated by LR Ventures and their FICO program, and now we're ahead of our first TG.
Amazing. Now, tell us a bit more about your platform and unique selling points that you have compared to other similar projects.
I think MeMusic's essence is that we focus on actually the consumption of music, and not only music. It comes to all audio type of content, podcasts, audiobooks, talk shows. One of the things that I think was understandable but disappointing with Web3 music projects was it focused on trending blockchain concepts, as well as only the tokenization side. So you have NFTs, which is good. It's that there's definitely potential there. And then there are also projects that are focusing on maybe like curating for tokens, etc. But nobody actually really talks about what's most important is I listen to music. It's like I don't really go and say, hey, I'm going to invest into a Taylor Swift token. Maybe.
Fair point.
Right. So, MeMusic, we started with the streaming concept where we were benchmarking off from like Spotify, but we did make a pivot recently to go in the Twitter Spaces / Clubhouse route in the beginning to allow creators like anyone to actually upload freely and start earning in the traditional method where, if I upload a podcast on Spotify or if I upload a certain track on SoundCloud, I can still earn. Like I don't have to go through the hoops of minting an NFT, learning about what MetaMask is, or getting my wallet drained. Yet there's a tokenized layer on top of it. So you're starting to get rewards and a new revenue stream that you've never experienced before. So this is where we're really focusing on as a team and as a company, where you do everything that you used to do as a creator. We'll provide you all the services and tools that will let you interact with fans in a different way, earn in a different way, and for the users, focus on listening and finding the best content that you like to enjoy too.
Awesome. I think you covered the next question a little bit as well, but if you want to add anything to highlight the difference you have in your product and other competitors, feel free to do so.
Yeah, I think maybe I did cover it in while I was answering the first part of the question, but since we're focusing on the community social networking side, I think that's the key difference here. Our beta version is already live, where users are able to upload tracks to the platform, and in about 2 to 3 months, when we have the mobile application release after the TG, you'll be able to join any live room, host live rooms, post tracks. I think it will be a fun experience for everyone.
Perfect. Now, maybe talk a bit about the team, if you have an extended team to talk about, the partner projects, and some of your backers.
Yeah, our team comprises expertise across every field possible to conduct a music business. We have experts in law, design, content acquisition, as well as marketing. And without further ado, also blockchain, considering my personal experience with a lot of blockchain projects. As for partners, we've been one of our major partners is Vision Game, which I've advised them. One of my last advisor projects that I've did personally, which is a GameFi metaverse project that has been around for the past 2 years. Our backers include great VCs such as Big Brain Holdings, X Network. We've also have been invested by Protocol Labs, which is the team behind Filecoin. And I think the amount of work they've done to contribute into the whole Web3 space with decentralized storages is just amazing.
Perfect. Now, maybe share a little bit about your upcoming plans and roadmap in the next few months post-launch.
Post-launch, well, the most exciting part for us is stations. Releasing to the mobile app, we are going quite heavy in terms of preparing for the content and user acquisition. It will be a global launch for sure. At the same time, we're more than excited to introduce other tokenized services. We've had our NFT marketplace developed a long time ago and prepared. We have also introduced new concepts, DeFi concepts for using music as a loan, fractionalized investments, some parts where we've spent a lot of time preparing in the regulatory approvals. So we're excited for those.
Perfect. Now, tell us a bit about the token. What is the main utility and why should the users hold it?
Excuse me. So the MeMusic utility token powers every service that we're providing, the tokenized layer part. And we wanted to embed where the token is being naturally used. The first part comes into minting and trading artist tokens, which is a concept that we've conceptualized earlier on in the day, where artists or labels can have their own token that lets them access for exclusive content, merchandise, etc., which will be only mintable by MeMusic tokens, giving additional liquidity and trading usage for that. One of the other things that we are in preparation for as well is custom layer 3 for music-based applications, potentially launching using the Polygon CDK or on Arbitrum to allow using the MeMusic token as a gas.
Perfect. And how does the platform token lead to generation of revenue for you as a business?
Sorry, it's very dry here today.
Oh,
Well, when it comes to the revenue generation side, the token acts as a very strong and innovative incentive layer that users haven't seen before. And we believe that when users are consistently acquired, which a lot of Web3 companies struggle to do, it opens a lot of doors for potential advertisement revenue. And the key question is, do you have a sustainable business model that doesn't rely on the sell of the token? Like, can you completely forego and let the traders dictate the value? I think yes, because the stations is a business model where it relies on the traditional interaction between fans and creators, the donations, merchandise, etc. And when you look at the traditional competitors, for example, like Twitch, Twitch, I can't think of any other similar competitors, but for example, even like Bandcamp or SoundCloud, the revenue amount that they're generating as companies is tremendous. So when you think about having a Web3 company that provides everything that they do, but additional token layer as an incentive for creators and the users, I think the explosiveness when it comes to user acquisition will be much, much, much faster. I think there has been a lot of research before. For example, what if Facebook or Reddit started to have a token to reward the users instead of giving all the money to the advertisers? It would actually bolster their user growth and potential revenue as well. So I think that's the key part where we rely on having a very sustainable traditional business model and a very innovative token incentive for the users.
absolutely. Now, tell us a bit about community related plans, any campaigns that you have had running or you have now or you will have that's going to have any include testing of the product or reward the users or any airdrop campaigns.
Yeah, so we've been running small community campaigns using Zeely, different airdrops that we've had before in the past, to consistently be engaging with the community. Uh, of course, there's the IDO coming up on POOLZ, which I'm definitely excited about, and I think the community get their hands on the tokens first. The other part is our beta version is currently live on stations. We are also having nodes, which is an interesting concept that we've built into the product of one being able to mine the MeMusic tokens, as well as being able to participate and contribute to the stations as potentially as part of the DAO or as a decentralized MCN of the product to help with referrals and users, as well as there will be a big airdrop coming up for the MeMusic token holders that we're planning to release quite soon. So
Cool.
that's the interesting part.
Awesome. Now, as you know, the IDO on Pools will be on the 6th of Feb. What are your plans post IDO in terms of listing, any alpha you want to share, of course, if possible?
Uh, as usual, it's very hard to disclose any names of the exchanges prior to the listing date. I would say, personally, I've been working with uh, different projects in the past to make sure that it gets listed on one of the top tier exchanges. I think also as a founder's perspective, getting listed on exchange, one, especially these days with proof of reserves, so they don't go bankrupt, and two, having the proper liquidity and for altcoins is very, very important. So we've been in talks with the top tier exchanges to make sure it works. So I think you can definitely be excited for where MeMusic token will be trading.
Perfect. Amazing news. Awesome. So that wraps up the Q&A part of the AMA. First of all, thanks for your answers and explanation. Now, before we wrap up, I wanted to give you like a couple of minutes if you want to share anything with Pools community, any information that I couldn't cover in the questions.
Yeah, definitely. Again, thank you for taking the time to ask valuable questions. There is one thing that we recently announced, I think, which everyone who might be participating in POOLZ would be quite keen and interested, is our dual token mechanism. One of the things that we've definitely experienced and analyzed over the past few years is a lot of activity-based finance, right? When it comes to GameFi or DeFi or whatever fi project tends, gives out the reward token using the main utility token. And this kind of confuses us because, okay, what if you guys run out of supply in 30, 40 years? Like, you're not Bitcoin, right? It's not really a storage of value part. How do you consistently reward the users that could be coming in, 50, 60 years later? Or what if you start running out of supply? So we have implemented architecture of a dual token mechanism where there will be a consistent reward where one is kind of acting more like mileage. So if you're familiar with frequent flyers and etc., these are based on your usage and consumption of the product and contribution to the product. And then we have the utility token, which is more for minting NFTs, paying for the gas fees, every other tokenized aspect of the whole ecosystem. So I think this type of synergy between, having a reward token that doesn't have a cap, which will also be our drop to the MeMusic token holders, as well as a utility token that we're consistently providing different use cases, I think would be quite interesting for everyone who's interested to participate in the idea.
Perfect. Perfect. That's awesome. So thank you very much. On behalf of Pools community, I wish you the best of luck for your IDO on Pools. Everyone's very excited about it, and also your upcoming listing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.